In Soylent Green, the elderly are offered a serene, state-sanctioned death, a peaceful room, soothing music, and images of a lost, beautiful earth. But beneath this calm is a chilling truth. It's a solution to overpopulation, a way to quietly remove those society can no longer support. The film's sunset ceremony isn't just about choice. It's about a world where life has become so hard that death feels like a blessed relief. Today we face a different crisis, not overpopulation but aging. Birth rates are plummeting and the social contracts built on ever-growing generations are collapsing. The pyramid is inverting. Fewer young people, more elderly, and a shrinking workforce to support them. This isn't science fiction anymore, it's the reality in countries from Japan to Italy and now the West. As the debate over assisted dying grows, we must ask, is it about autonomy or just economy, or is it a symptom of systems failing to care for the vulnerable? When support disappears, does the right to die become a quiet expectation? The ghost of Soylent Green's clinic haunts our modern dilemma. Are we offering dignity or just an exit from a world that no longer values certain lives? The warning is clear. When society stops caring, death becomes policy. Around the world, birth rates are falling fast. South Korea's is now below 0.8 children per woman. Our economies and welfare systems were built on the idea that there'd always be more young people to support the old. That's no longer true. Immigration can help, but it's a temporary fix. Eventually everyone ages and the math catches up. Fewer workers means more pressure on pensions, healthcare and families, and living too long can be harmful to your country's economy. Governments face tough choices, raise retirement ages, increase taxes, or cut benefits, but there's a darker option, reducing end-of-life costs. This is where assisted suicide enters the conversation, not just as a right, but as a budget solution. When care becomes unaffordable, the choice of death can start to look like policy. The promise of cradle-to-grave care is fading. Now, the grave part is being redefined. Are we supporting the vulnerable or quietly managing them out of existence? The economic reality is pushing us into an ethical minefield. Assisted dying began as a compassionate option for the terminally ill, but the boundaries are shifting. In the Netherlands and Canada, eligibility has expanded, now including chronic illness, disability, even mental suffering. Some seek assisted death not because of disease, but because they can't afford housing or support. When poverty and lack of care drive people to choose death, is it really a free choice? The cost difference is stark years of care versus a one-time procedure. This creates a dangerous incentive for systems under financial strain. The most vulnerable, disabled, poor, mentally ill, are at greatest risk of feeling like burdens to their loved ones. When death is offered as a solution, it can reinforce feelings of hopelessness. True autonomy is impossible when the alternative, dignified living, is out of reach for the poorer amongst us. The promise of choice rings hollow. If society fails to provide real support, are we empowering people or quietly nudging them toward the exit? The line between compassion and coercion is blurring. We must ask, is this the society we want? Switzerland's model is often praised. Assisted suicide is run by non-profits, not the state. The idea is to remove government conflict of interest, making the choice truly personal. But suicide tourism reveals failures elsewhere. People travel to die because their own countries offer no support. Even without state involvement, family and social pressures remain. Financial or emotional strain can subtly steer decisions. The Swiss system assumes rational, unburdened choice. But is anyone truly free from circumstance? It's so easy to lose the will to go on when loneliness, isolation, and lack of support can drive the desire to die. Non-profits can't fix what's missing: human connection and care. Easy death risks, normalizing suicide as a response to hardship. The focus shifts from improving care to offering an exit. Are we building a compassionate society or just a more palatable illusion? The hard work of caring for each other can't be replaced by a final drink in a quiet room. In the old are encouraged to die in state-sponsored ceremonies, alone with dignity. The story asks, is dignity the freedom to choose death or the right to be supported through life's hardest chapter? We talk about autonomy, the right to choose, but real choice depends on the options society provides us. If it's easier to die than to live with illness or disability, is that true freedom? Economic and social pressures shape this debate more than we care to admit. Compassion has to mean investing in life, palliative care, mental health, family and community. Dignity should be accessible to all, not just the privileged few. Otherwise, we risk outsourcing our moral duty to a medical procedure. What is the true value of a human life? Productivity, independence, or something much deeper? Our answer defines the world we build. Will we care for the vulnerable or just quietly encourage them to disappear? As birth rates fall and assisted suicide rises, our choices matter more than ever. The dignity we offer others will define us all. Please like and subscribe to keep truth alive.